it kind of bothered me and really pissed me off. So I decided I'm just going to do a video about it, whether one person watches or nobody watches it. I just have a different perspective I want to share with you. Hi, my name is Shanycole and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I have something a little bit different. I don't do a lot of sit down chatty videos, but this topic that's been swirling around social media really got to me, and I have a different perspective on the topic of rich women buying fake Birkins that I haven't seen in other videos. I've seen it touched on, but not really discussed. And so the topic kind of touched my heart almost, and I wanted to do this video because I've seen a lot of great videos. This is actually prompted by Caleb Snell's video on the Birkin Slayer, which I hadn't heard of. So I went and looked on Instagram, and then it put me down this hole of this article, which I have right here, printed it out with highlights and notes, on rich women buying fake Birkins. And I had watched a few videos previously on this article from like Kathy and Leaning Into Lux, but I never really read the article until today. It kind of bothered me and really pissed me off. So I decided I'm just going to do a video about it, whether one person watches or nobody watches it. I just have a different perspective I want to share with you. I know the conversation about replicas has been done over and over again, and should you or should you not buy them, and the implications of buying them. And that's not the stance I'm going to take in this video. I have my own personal beliefs. I will share them with you. But this is kind of about the mindset of the people who wrote this article and the women they're talking about, in comparison to women like me who do buy authentic bags, and just the overall culture of buying luxury. So this article opens up talking about this lady, Lisa, who's in this group called Rep Ladies. And let me stop right there. So the Rep Lady stands for replicas. Replicas are fake. They're counterfeit items of luxury goods. And they have turned this into some kind of corporate slang to glorify it. Rep Ladies makes it sound like it's some kind of corporate or secret, prestigious group to be a part of. I think that is glorification of it's just glorification of horrible behavior. I want to pull out a couple of quotes from the article and how they apply to what's going on in the YouTube community, the luxury community, and just how it impacts real day people. So this lady, Lisa, she's in this group of buying counterfeit Birkins, and she has sold all her real bags, and she spent $10,000 last year on replicas. And her quote is, "That way my husband doesn't get mad at me because I'm not really spending real money." I mean, if it's not real money, what is it? I'm assuming that if they're buying replicas and they're paying like a fraction of the price, if a Birkin is $10,000, $12,000, they're paying maybe $2,000 to $4,000 for it. But is the seller of the replica taking monopoly money, fake money? I mean, she puts right here $10,000. I'm gonna assume that $10,000 is real American money. She lives in New York, so I'm assuming it's USD. But again, not real money. $10,000 is real money. $10,000 is a lot of money for normal people, or not even normal people. $10,000 is a lot of money, period. And to reduce it down to it being not real money is kind of an elitist attitude, and I think it sends the wrong message. Again, whoever wrote this article is completely in the loose with these people, because it's nothing but a glorification of bad behavior. And then they go on to talk about, well, it's the thrill, we take time to make sure we learn how to speak in Chinese, to negotiate the prices, to look at the crack glazing, to look at whether or not the stitching is right, if it's really one for one, if we compare the real to the fake to make sure it's perfect. And then that got me thinking, are these people really rich? Because I do know rich people, and I don't find that they spend their time doing this. They spend their time usually enjoying life and making more money. They don't spend their time in groups learning Chinese, looking at stitching, enjoying the thrill of finding fake bags. If they go to the boutique, buy the bag, they take it with them on their vacation to Paris or to Belize or to Bali. They put it on the beach, they wear it. If they mess it up, they don't care, because they know next week they're going to just go back to the boutique and get another one. They're not sitting there worried about the stitching on their bag. Even if the stitching is off, they don't care. It's a Chanel bag, it's a Birkin bag, it's a Hermes bag. They just wear their bags. The rich people I know anyway, I don't think that they have the time for that. but these rich people clearly do. The second quote in this article that I found probably most problematic was, here it goes. Imagine we were just spending all our money on authentic handbags. You would never grow your wealth, right? I don't know the answer to that, but I would say probably wrong. If you're buying all these replica bags, they're pretty much worthless. At least if you go out and buy a Birkin. And I am not one of those people that believe that you should buy bags as investments, but the studies and the statistics clearly show that the Birkin has appreciated over time. And even today, if you go into the boutique and buy a bag at a desirable colorway, in a Birkin, and you sell it the next day, you're more than likely gonna get a return on your investment. You're going to make money. If you buy a replica bag and sell it 2 years from now and it's fake, what is the value in that? Like, so you have, I would personally rather have one Birkin bag worth $12,000 in my closet than 20 Birkin bags worth $12,000 in my closet. If you needed to liquidate that asset for any reason, you could not liquidate those fake replica bags. They're fake. They have nominal value. The only value they hold is to the person who owns them, who's passing them off, because they're giving them some kind of gratification and intrinsic value, not monetary value. Okay, another great quote from this article. My friends that spend a lot on authentics have never worked a day in their life, or they've married rich men. But if you're working hard for your money, you don't want to spend it on stupid stuff. Oh gosh, so now I'm stupid. You know, there was a time when people would go to New York and buy on the streets, you know, fake bags or in back corners and stuff. And it was primarily poor people or people who were lower middle class that couldn't afford it but wanted the idea of owning a luxury bag. And we called those people stupid. We called them ghetto. We called them any word that made them feel lesser than. But now, if you buy a replica bag, a fake bag, you're not stupid, you're smart. But that's only if you're rich. You're only smart if you're rich, because you're doing it to get a bargain. You're doing it to save money. You're doing it to build wealth. But that is such a horrible mindset. That is a mindset, and I'm gonna call them what they are, fake ladies, that you are somehow better than everybody else. Everybody else that works hard for a authentic luxury good and pays their hard-earned money for it is dumb. And you are just so smart that you outsmarted them, you outsmarted the man. And they say that to the man, that they're in this article, that they feel like they're sticking it to the man by doing this. But what kind of person are you? It says these women are diplomats and CEOs and all kind of top executives in companies. And I'm thinking, like, where are your ethics? Because you're stealing. You are stealing the ingenuity, the creativity, the brand, the copyright. You're infringing upon different trade laws. You're breaking the law, and we'll get to that in a minute, but you're breaking the law, but you're doing it because you're smarter than everybody else. And you don't have any heartburn or concerns about the ethical ramifications of your actions. You're basically stealing from people. And if that makes you feel good, then you're a horrible person. I want to explain why I call these fake ladies horrible people. I have worked in the criminal justice system, and I've represented people who steal, who rob, who burglarize homes, and they are horrible people who have done horrible things out of greed. And then I've represented very poor people who steal from the grocery store, who steal chicken, who steal crackers, who steal bread, who steal toilet paper, who steal baby formula. And they're stealing out of necessity. It's still wrong, but they're stealing to sustain life. And I see the difference in those situations. I especially see it when you are wealthy and rich and you have the money to buy things, but you choose to steal from other people. And I know I'm going to get the argument that, well, they're stealing from Hermes and Dior, and these are big companies that can afford it because they shouldn't be charging these high prices anyway for their luxury goods. It doesn't matter. Stealing is wrong. Stealing is horrible. And it's even worse when you have the means not to do it, but you do it anyway for your own selfish, greedy, horrible reasons. I really don't want to link the article to this video, but I will link it if you're interested in reading it. In closing, I want to just give you my thoughts, and it's two-pronged. One thought is, as a licensed attorney, in this video I'm not giving legal advice, but as a licensed attorney, I would hope that there's some FBI or New York State police authority, law enforcement authority looking at this cut article and looking into these women, because what they're doing is stealing. They are having Tupperware parties and buying fake Birkins and celebrating it like it's some fun and games. And even in the article, it states that they know that they're worried about getting in trouble, but they know whatever trouble they get in will be minor, because most of these companies can only sue for like trademark infringement and things like that. But it is illegal to buy and sell counterfeit goods in most states and in the United States of America. And someone needs to be looking into these ladies. I don't know if anybody is an insider. Maybe you want to call up the FBI and drop a tip. Hey, there's a Tupperware party on Friday, but they're really selling counterfeit goods. Why don't you just stop by? I feel like if they get prosecuted, or we make an example of one famous rich lady, that it would cut down on some of this. Some of my fellow YouTubers and the Birkin Slayers pointed out that this, supports terrorism and illegal enterprises, and that is absolutely horrible. I understand their point of view, and that's why I say these women and the people that sell to them internal to the United States of America need to be locked up. I said it. Yes, they need to be locked up, just like every other criminal that goes into a department store and steals a bag, because they're stealing just like them. And my last point is a little controversial. We get on social media, we show our beautiful things that we buy and love. However, sometimes we don't give a backstory to them. And while it's nobody's business how you got your bag and how you afford it, sometimes I wish that, and I need to do better too, that when I'm shopping for these beautiful things and I'm buying them, I need to explain that, hey, I worked hard. I continue to work hard. I have multiple jobs in addition to my career that afford me multiple streams of income so that I can afford to buy these authentic goods. I didn't wake up one day with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't marry rich. I know some people do, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Those people are deserving as well. But for me, and I know most of the women and men that I see and know that purchase these luxury items, they have educated themselves. They've built companies, or they've gone and had great careers, or worked hard to have good careers that pay them a generous salary, which they then do things with, like invest, that they work extremely hard for these items. And they're not stupid for doing so. Because when I bought my first luxury handbag, I was proud of it. I didn't feel stupid. I felt honored because I worked so hard to get to the level where I could afford it, where I could go give my credit card, pay for it, and know that it was not putting me in financial harm. It wasn't putting me in debt, because I had accomplished something. It was a sign of accomplishing something. And every time I go in and look at that bag or carry that bag, it makes me feel even better about it. Not because it says Louis Vuitton on it, because it's something that I know I earned, that I worked hard for, and that most of all, that I deserved. Thank you for indulging me in this chatty video. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back to my normal happy content of shopping and buying nice things and my weight loss journey. And if you like that kind of content, I would greatly appreciate you subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up. And until the next video, be safe and be happy. Thank you so much.